Even though Sophia was a headstrong woman, she understood when to heed advice, especially when she knew the right person to seek it from. When she arrived in Turkey, she carried a small bag in her hands and a heart full of hopes and uncertainties. Her life had undergone a complete transformation the previous year, but now she sought a different kind of change. As a teenager, Sophia often pondered the deeper meaning of life and the true path to reach God. At just 15, her Catholic teachers labeled her a rebel for asking questions they couldn't answer. How can God be three beings at once? Why do people pray to saints and not directly to the Creator? How can a priest, just a man, determine if God has forgiven our sins after confession? Each time she asked, she was met with the same response. It's a matter of faith, you just have to believe. Her teachers frequently complained to her parents, who had run out of explanations. She's just a curious girl, her mother would say, while the nuns accused her of blasphemy. Now, reflecting on those years, Sophia felt grateful for her religious upbringing. She believed that God had placed those people in her life to guide her, even if it took years for her soul to awaken to the right path. As a Catholic, however, she had always felt insincere. She rejected many doctrines but still feared God and longed to find the correct way to honor and thank Him. Despite her spiritual concerns, Sophia still lived the life of a typical teenager and didn't experience true enlightenment until much later. At 24, Sophia's early religious education resurfaced, pushing her to explore Eastern philosophies. She dabbled in Buddhism and Taoism, appreciating some aspects but ultimately feeling unfulfilled. Her search for truth took an unexpected turn when she met Ridvan. One crisp November morning, while in an online chat room for teachers, Sophia began conversing with Ridvan, a middle-aged Turkish man. Their chats were mostly academic, but she noticed a pattern. Every day at the same time, Ridvan would excuse himself for 10 minutes. Her curiosity got the better of her. "I hope you don't mind me asking," she typed quickly. "But where do you go every day at the same time?" Ridvan's response was simple. "I go to pray." Sophia laughed aloud, surprised. "What's your religion?" she asked. "Islam," he replied. Her understanding of Muslims was limited to what she'd seen in the media, so she immediately assumed Ridvan was overly devout, perhaps even fanatical, for pausing their chats to pray. It wasn't until that moment that she realized her own biases. She bombarded him with questions about women's rights, extremism, and every stereotype she had heard. But Ridvan answered calmly, using logic, the Quran, and his knowledge of history to dismantle her misconceptions. Gradually, Sophia felt her prejudices melt away. Over several months, she began asking Ridvan the same deep questions that had troubled her since high school. To her surprise, he had answers, clear and satisfying ones. As their discussions deepened, so did Sophia's respect for him. The connection she felt was akin to a daughter's admiration for her father, a feeling she hadn't known since childhood. A year passed, and Sophia found herself naturally replacing the word God with Allah. After studying the Quran, she finally declared, "There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet." Sophia had embraced Islam, and her life entered a whirlwind of changes in the year that followed. After completing her first year as a Muslim, Sophia found herself in Turkey, yearning for a deeper connection to her faith. She felt the need to be in a more Islamic environment where she could continue her spiritual growth. By Allah's grace, she was surrounded by devoted teachers whom she affectionately called brothers and sisters. They embraced her as family, showing genuine care and concern for her future. For the first time in her life, Sophia felt truly loved, and every act of kindness touched her deeply. This experience of being cared for was new to her. Sophia had always been the one looking after others, whether as a friend, sister, or daughter, always attentive to everyone's needs while neglecting her own. Her life had been a cycle of study, work, and self-sacrifice, never pausing to focus on herself. Her days in Turkey were filled with profound emotions, none stronger than the day she met Ridvan in person. They had been talking online for 2 years, but seeing him face to face on a narrow street in Istanbul was surreal. "Hi, how are you?" Ridvan greeted her warmly. "Cold," Sophia replied, her playful answer bringing a smile to his face, the first one she saw in person. Despite the anticipation and nerves she had felt for this meeting, she was surprisingly calm, as though they had known each other forever. They spent hours talking, catching up on everything they had shared online. At one point, tears welled up in Sophia's eyes. "I can't believe I'm actually sitting here with you," she whispered. Ridvan simply smiled. He was a man who chose his words carefully, especially when emotions were involved. Outwardly, he seemed simple, but inside he was a reservoir of wisdom, knowledge from books, life experiences, and personal trials. He shared both kinds of wisdom with Sophia, who soaked in every lesson. "I will always be with you," he told her as they parted ways on a gray Wednesday afternoon. Due to Ridvan's hectic schedule, they only met a few times, but those meetings gave Sophia the strength to move forward. She trusted Ridvan completely, and sought his advice on everything. He prepared her for the challenges ahead: cultural differences, language barriers, living in an unfamiliar place without a job, and a loneliness that would inevitably creep in. Adjusting to life in a developing country was never going to be easy. Of all these obstacles, loneliness weighed on Sophia the most. She had several job offers as an English teacher, so employment wasn't her primary concern. What terrified her was the thought of being alone, isolated in a foreign land, away from the people who understood her journey. Despite her desire to stay in Turkey, fear gnawed at her. She worried about not finding what she was searching for, about falling into another bout of depression, about failing herself. After embracing Islam, Sophia embarked on an entirely new journey, adapting to her faith. It was far more difficult than she had anticipated. At first, she focused on the outward practices, learning how to pray, adhering to the dress code, and understanding the do's and don'ts. But she soon realized that truly living as a Muslim required more than surface-level changes. It wasn't just about modifying how she worshipped God, it was about transforming her entire way of life. This revelation brought more emotional turmoil than she had expected. The opposition she faced from her family didn't make things easier. Sophia came from a traditional Italian family that clung to Catholic customs, especially during Easter and Christmas. When she began questioning the reasons behind these celebrations, she was met with the same explanation. "We've done it this way for generations. It's family tradition." Whenever Sophia wanted to challenge them, she would push further, often stirring emotions. "Do you even know what Easter really means, or is it just about eating fish together? And Christmas, do you think it's all about raising a glass of champagne at midnight?" Though she didn't always provoke these discussions, Sophia sometimes enjoyed stirring the pot to highlight that faith was about more than blindly following traditions. Whenever her mother reacted with frustration, Sophia felt a small victory, knowing that her questions had struck a chord. Sophia's grandfather often chuckled at her boldness, knowing deep down that she was right. After his experiences serving in World War II, his faith in God and organized religion had waned. Despite this, Sophia shared a close bond with him, often sitting by his side as he recounted vivid tales from the war. He spoke fondly of his encounters with Muslims during his time in Libya, describing how friendships had blossomed amidst the chaos of battle. Perhaps this was why he was the only family member who readily accepted Sophia's conversion to Islam. His words remained etched in her heart. "You know I don't believe in God or religion, but if I did, it would be Islam." This was the only support Sophia received from her family. Her mother dismissed her as a lunatic, her sister chose to ignore her, and her father remained indifferent as long as it didn't disrupt his life. She also lost many friends who couldn't understand her decision. At work, she kept her new faith a secret, but when she stepped onto the streets wearing her modest attire, she was met with prejudice, mocking glances, and judgment. Living in Argentina, where Islamic influence was minimal, made her struggle even harder. The constant opposition sometimes made her question her choice. Had she made the right decision? Was the sacrifice worth it? But deep down, she knew the answer: yes. Paradise, she believed, was invaluable and thus came at a high cost. With this conviction and her unwavering faith in Allah, she persevered, determined to stay on the path that would lead her back to her Creator. Yet, it wasn't just external opposition that challenged her. Her internal conflicts were far more difficult to overcome. Adapting to new habits was one thing, but reshaping her character after 24 years was another. How could she change her behavior and mindset when the world around her remained the same? This internal struggle was the hardest to bear. Forming a truly Islamic way of thinking proved to be her biggest challenge. It felt like she was reconstructing a ship, ready to set sail toward unfamiliar and turbulent waters. Still, she was determined to reach her destination, even if it meant leaving her home behind. After all, as the saying in Islam goes, "Seek knowledge even if it takes you to China." Sophia found herself disappointed by Turkey. Perhaps her expectations had been too high. Now she understood Ridvan's advice, not to expect too much from others, to avoid the sting of disappointment. The Islamic environment she had longed for seemed just as flawed as what she had left behind. She was disheartened to see born Muslims taking their faith for granted, focusing on trivial matters instead of embracing the beauty of Islam fully. Her friend Yavuz, who lived near Istanbul, had warned her about this. He had told her not to expect too much from Turkey and suggested she consider staying only for a short while before returning home. He knew her well and foresaw how she would feel. Yavuz believed she might be more comfortable practicing and teaching Islam back in Argentina. Sophia cherished Yavuz like the older brother she had never had. He had cared for her with the gentleness of a gardener tending to a delicate flower, shielding her from harm and nurturing her growth. Though she trusted him deeply and knew he would support her if she stayed, she couldn't help but wonder if she would ever truly be happy there. She feared becoming a burden on anyone and felt the weight of her impending departure growing heavier with each passing day. When Sophia embraced Islam, she never imagined that one day she would be willing to leave everything behind to find her place in an Islamic country. Western life was so familiar to her. However, she longed for more than the comforts that modern, materialistic life could offer. Her friends, who were traveling with her, suggested she return with them and try to learn Islam in her own country, thinking it would be easier. But Sophia knew there was no easy path in Islam, and she was not someone who would settle for mediocrity. She often remembered how, when the Quran and prophethood were first revealed to Muhammad, peace be upon him, he faced hardships far greater than hers. Thinking of the Prophet striving to spread the message of unity and peace in the corrupt, idolatrous society of Arabia in the 600s filled Sophia with courage and deep admiration for the man she saw as the most powerful, not because of his sword, but because he relied on the highest power, Allah. Muhammad, peace be upon him, has been the role model for every Muslim, and Sophia was determined to follow his example. She was so committed to her learning that she was even willing to move to Saudi Arabia if necessary. She often pictured life during the pre-Islamic era, when baby girls were buried alive, when wood and stone were worshipped as gods, when life held no more value than a handful of gold, and when women were abused and tortured by their own husbands. Sophia imagined herself as one of the prophets, peace be upon him, most fervent followers, for her spirit rejected injustice. The prophet, peace be upon him, had been sent to enlighten those ignorant people and guide them back to Allah. Sophia couldn't help but compare that time to the present day and saw unsettling similarities. Capitalism, she realized, was driven by the same ignorance, though now it was money that was worshipped instead of wood or stone. Life's value hadn't changed much. Women's rights often felt like hollow promises, and people measured success by how much they could take from others. A person's worth seemed tied to their wealth. Sophia felt like an outcast in a society so far removed from the true meaning of life. Yet, this was the society where she had been born and raised, the only way of life she truly knew. It was also the place where she felt the safest. Before making any drastic changes, she needed to weigh what she would lose and what she could gain. She reflected on how Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the early Muslims must have felt when they left Mecca. Only a small group believed in Islam at the time, yet they left everything behind, venturing into the unknown with an uncertain future. Everything was against them, but they had Allah by their side. Sophia drew courage from their example, the courage she needed to make a decision that would change the course of her life. She resolved to continue her spiritual journey in the Middle East, praying that Allah would guide her on His path and protect her from loneliness and sorrow as she sought to learn more about Him and the message He revealed to His last prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. In recent decades, the number of women embracing Islam worldwide has been steadily increasing, drawing significant attention. This trend continues to grow, with many women choosing to convert to Islam, not only in Muslim-majority countries but also across Western nations and developing regions. This phenomenon highlights Islam's universal appeal, attracting women from diverse cultural, social, and religious backgrounds. As of 2024, the global Muslim population is estimated to be around 2.021 billion, making up approximately 25% of the world's population. Islam stands as the second largest religion globally, following Christianity. While most Muslims reside in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, notable growth is also occurring in areas with minority Muslim populations, including Europe, North America, and Australia. This expansion is not only numerical but also reflects growing ethnic and social diversity among Muslims. Islam's teachings continue to attract individuals from various walks of life. A significant driver of this growth is conversion, particularly among women seeking deeper spiritual meaning and connection. Several factors contribute to this trend. Many women find that Islam provides answers to life's complex questions, offering inner peace and clarity regarding gender roles in society. The rising number of women converting to Islam is especially noticeable in countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, and France, where female converts significantly outnumber male converts. Research indicates that approximately 75% of new converts in Western countries are women. This pattern is also evident in nations such as the Philippines, Malaysia, and Thailand, where women represent the majority of new Muslims. In Europe, female converts often come from various social and cultural backgrounds, seeking peace and a deeper understanding of life through Islamic teachings. Many come from Christian, Jewish, or secular backgrounds and feel that Islam answers the spiritual questions they've long pondered. In Saudi Arabia, regarded as the spiritual center of Islam, over 347,000 people have embraced the faith in the past 5 years. While specific statistics on female converts are limited, this figure underscores the global trend of growing interest in Islam. Similar patterns are seen in countries like the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and Bahrain, where women from non-Muslim backgrounds often choose to convert after engaging with local Muslim communities. In Western nations, data shows a rising number of women embracing Islam. In the United States alone, approximately 20,000 people convert to Islam each year, with women making up the majority. This phenomenon extends to Canada, the UK, and Germany, where many new Muslims come from non-Islamic backgrounds. Several key reasons draw women to Islam. 1. Spiritual search and inner peace. Many women find a sense of tranquility and clear life purpose within Islamic teachings. The religion offers a straightforward and spiritually enriching path. 2. Family values and women's rights. Islam emphasizes family roles and outlines specific rights for women, including access to education, work, and property ownership. These teachings provide a sense of value and fairness that resonates with many women. 3. Simplicity of religious practice. The straightforward nature of Islamic practices appeals to women seeking a simple yet profound spiritual path. This growing trend of women converting to Islam highlights the faith's universal message and its capacity to bring peace and clarity to the lives of many around the world. Focusing on simplicity, purity, and strong moral values, many women find Islam deeply appealing. One major reason women choose to convert is the sense of belonging they feel within the Muslim community. Interacting with kind, inclusive Muslims often opens the door to a deeper understanding of the faith. Islam's perspective on gender equality. While often misunderstood, Islam offers women a dignified status within the family, society, and religion. Many women discover that Islam addresses their spiritual and social concerns, providing them with a sense of respect and purpose that they didn't find before. The rising number of women embracing Islam globally highlights the universal message of the religion. This trend is not limited to Muslim-majority countries, but is also growing rapidly in the West. Women from diverse backgrounds are turning to Islam, drawn by its promise of inner peace, moral clarity, and a balanced societal role. As the global Muslim population continues to expand, the number of women embracing Islam also increases. This movement reflects the relevance of Islamic teachings in addressing modern spiritual and social challenges. Experts believe this trend will continue as more women experience the peace and fulfillment Islam offers. A notable event in the UAE, in 2024, during the first 3 days of Ramadan in the United Arab Emirates, 8 women from the Philippines embraced Islam. This remarkable event highlighted the growing interest in Islam among women from different cultural backgrounds. Among them was Camila Iman, a Filipino woman who underwent a profound spiritual journey before embracing Islam. She arrived in the UAE in 2024, coming from a background where she hadn't explored religion deeply. Living in the UAE exposed her to the local Muslim community, sparking her curiosity about Islam. Camilla's spiritual quest led her to question life's deeper meanings, the role of women in society, and her own sense of purpose. Through interactions with Muslim women and studying Islamic teachings, she found answers that resonated with her heart. She felt drawn to the way Islam respects and honors women, providing them with clear rights and guidance. After months of reflection and learning, Camilla embraced Islam by reciting the Shahada, Islamic declaration of faith, in front of witnesses. This decision brought her immense peace and transformed her life, giving her a renewed sense of purpose and community. Camilla's story is one among many in the UAE, a country known for a high rate of religious conversions, especially during Ramadan. Gulf countries like the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait often see many people embracing Islam after interacting with the local Muslim community, or exploring the faith on their own. During Ramadan 2024, besides Camilla, 7 other Filipino women accepted Islam in just a few days, highlighting a growing spiritual movement. This trend isn't limited to Filipinos. Women from Europe, the Americas, and other parts of Asia have also embraced Islam while living in the Gulf, seeking inner peace and a deeper connection to life's purpose. These stories reflect a broader phenomenon: women from all walks of life finding solace and meaning in Islam. This growing trend underscores the universal appeal of the faith, offering spiritual clarity and a strong sense of community to those who seek it. The journey of embracing Islam often starts with meaningful social interactions and learning about Islamic principles through friends or supportive Muslim communities. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, known for its open and welcoming society, offers a unique environment for those interested in exploring Islam more deeply. One significant reason many women choose to convert to Islam is the religion's stance on gender equality and justice. Islam grants women clear rights in various aspects of life, including access to education, the ability to work, property ownership, and active participation in society. The faith emphasizes that men and women are created equal in rights and responsibilities, though their roles within family and society may differ. Many women find that Islam provides a sense of purpose, security, and respect. The strong focus on family values within Islam also appeals to many women. They feel that the religion places them in an esteemed position within the household, recognizing their rights and responsibilities in a balanced and honorable way. In today's digital age, social media plays a crucial role in spreading awareness about Islam. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube enable women worldwide to access information about the faith, connect with converts, and learn about Islamic teachings. Stories of women embracing Islam are often shared on these platforms, inspiring others to explore the faith. The journey of Camilla Iman and many others highlights the growing appeal of Islam among women globally, not only in Muslim-majority countries but also in Western nations. The process of conversion is often fueled by a spiritual quest, deeper understanding of faith, and positive interactions with Muslim communities. With the increasing number of women embracing Islam in places like the UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain, this trend underscores the profound impact of Islamic teachings. Many women find the religion offers inner peace, a sense of gender equity, and clear life guidance. This movement is expected to continue as more women discover the spiritual and social benefits Islam provides. Shelby's story. At just 14 years old, Shelby faced one of the darkest periods of her life. Struggling with severe depression and an unhealthy relationship with food, she constantly felt inadequate. The pressure to meet impossible beauty standards, particularly the idea of extreme thinness, consumed her. Happiness seemed out of reach, and she felt trapped in her struggles. As her condition worsened, Shelby's sense of hopelessness deepened. She believed she wasn't worthy of love and that no one truly cared. Her relationship with her parents became strained as they watched helplessly while her health declined. Her academic performance also suffered, and her life seemed to spiral downward. One day, while sitting in class and feeling detached from everything around her, an unexpected event occurred that would change her life forever. A fellow student was giving a presentation on Islam. He spoke briefly about the basic principles of Islam, barely scratching the surface of a religion that would soon become as close to her as family. But even with that small amount of information, Shelby's curiosity was sparked. That very day, she began reading the Quran and researching everything she could find about Islam. She was amazed at how millions of people worldwide devoted themselves wholeheartedly to the worship of one Almighty God, whom they called Allah. Shelby felt something she hadn't experienced in a long time, a deep happiness that filled her from head to toe. It was a foreign feeling to her, as she had been trapped in depression for nearly 2 years. But just like eyes adjusting to light after being in darkness, her heart slowly started to embrace the warmth of Islam. One of the things that fascinated Shelby the most was how Muslim women dressed. As someone obsessed with being thin and the unrealistic beauty standards imposed by Western culture, Shelby found this concept extraordinary. She saw women who chose to wear loose clothing and cover their hair. These women were beautiful, but in a different way. They didn't try to conform to the societal idea that beauty meant being extremely thin and revealing as much skin as possible. Instead, their beauty was natural and dignified, unlike the artificial beauty portrayed on billboards everywhere. That was when Shelby had a realization. These women were what she should aspire to be, not the dangerously thin models she had once idolized. As Shelby continued her journey of learning about Islam, she discovered how to pray and made an effort to pray regularly. It didn't happen overnight, but with patience and persistence, she became a believer. She came to understand that Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, had a plan for her. Islam taught her that life was more than just counting calories and crying in despair. The world was filled with light and beauty, all created by Him. The teachings of Islam gave Shelby a newfound sense of hope, something she had never experienced before. This realization inspired her to begin the long and difficult journey of recovery. It wasn't as easy as some might assume. Finding Islam brought a ray of light into her life, but she still had to fight to pull herself out of the deep darkness she had been trapped in. Even though her journey is still ongoing, one thing has remained constant in Shelby's life: her worship of Allah. Now, Shelby can say with absolute conviction that without Islam and the support of her family, she would most likely not be alive today. She is still in the process of healing, and every day, she must summon the courage to wake up, look in the mirror, and remind herself that she is beautiful, that she deserves to eat, and that she is worthy of happiness. Shelby has a powerful message for the world. When you are in the darkest place, when you feel like there is nothing left, turn to Allah. He is the source of light that will never fade. Shelby's story is proof that Islam can be a guiding light for those lost in darkness. Faith has the power to save those who feel hopeless and offer new purpose to those on the brink of despair. May her journey inspire many others to find deeper meaning in life through Islam. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I hope it was useful. Islam is witnessing remarkable growth in Italy, with an increasing number of both immigrants and native Italians embracing the faith. This surge highlights Islam's expanding presence across the country, as more individuals find peace and purpose in its teachings, making it one of the fastest-growing religions in Italy. Italy, located in southern Europe, holds significant religious importance due to the presence of the Vatican and the Pope. Historically, Islam hasn't had a strong foothold in the country. However, in recent decades, the Muslim population has grown rapidly, establishing Islam as Italy's second-largest religion. Back in the 1970s, there was only a single mosque in Italy. Fast forward to today, and the country is home to over 60 mosques, with an additional 120 prayer rooms catering to the growing Muslim community. In 1970, the Muslim population was around 2,000, but by the end of 2015, that number had skyrocketed to nearly 2 million. Sociologist Massimo Intravine, director of the Center for New Religion Studies, expressed his surprise at this significant rise, emphasizing how the steady arrival of immigrants from Africa and the Middle East continues to fuel this growth. The Islamic community in Italy has developed in an organized manner, often starting with gatherings in homes or mosques and eventually establishing cultural centers to support religious and social activities. This phenomenon isn't unique to Italy. Across Europe, the Muslim population has been steadily increasing. Several factors have contributed to this rise. The fall of communism, for instance, opened new pathways for religious exploration. When the Berlin Wall came down and East and West Germany reunited, some people from the former Eastern Bloc turned to Islam in search of new spiritual identities, though this often led to internal conflicts as they navigated their changing beliefs. Migration has also played a key role in Islam's expansion in Europe. Students from developing countries arrive on scholarships, workers relocate for better opportunities, and families move together in pursuit of stability. Projections suggest that Muslims could make up 14% of Europe's population by 2050, nearly triple the current figure, though still smaller compared to Christian and non-religious populations. Countries that have accepted large numbers of Muslim refugees in recent years are expected to see the most significant demographic shifts. For example, Germany's Muslim population, which was around 6% in 2016, could reach 20% by 2050 under a high migration scenario. Similarly, Sweden, where Muslims made up 8% of the population in 2016, might see that figure climb to 31% if migration continues at high rates. Even in more moderate scenarios, countries like the UK are expected to experience noticeable increases in their Muslim populations, as they remain popular destinations for regular Muslim migration. In Italy, the Muslim population continues to grow at a remarkable pace, fueled by both migration and a rising number of native Italians embracing Islam. Countries with younger Muslim populations or high birth rates, like France, Italy, and Belgium, are witnessing significant demographic shifts, even in scenarios with limited migration. Italy stands out in Europe for its rapid Islamic growth, becoming the second-largest religion in the country. Over the past 15 years, the number of Muslims has surged, deeply enriching Italy's cultural and social fabric. Mosques and Islamic community centers now dot major cities, and Islamic cultural events such as Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr are increasingly recognized and celebrated across different regions. To foster interfaith understanding, several schools and universities have incorporated Islamic studies into their curricula. Although Islam's presence in Italy today is largely due to modern migration, its roots in the country trace back centuries. From the early Muslim conquests in Sicily to the present day, Islam has left an enduring mark on Italy's history. Despite challenges with integration and social acceptance, Italian Muslims continue to play a key role in promoting tolerance and cultural diversity within society. The Muslim community in Italy is incredibly diverse, consisting of people from Albania, Morocco, Tunisia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and other nations. According to the Union of Islamic Communities of Italy, UCOI, nearly 70,000 native Italians have embraced Islam, a trend influenced by both spiritual exploration and economic hardships. UCOI reports that there are about 150,000 Muslims with Italian citizenship within a broader Muslim population of around 1 million. Unlike France and the UK, Italy's approach to integrating immigrants remains somewhat undefined. France focuses on assimilation into secular society, while the UK adopts multiculturalism with mixed outcomes. Italy, however, continues to grapple with finding the right balance for its growing foreign population. Islam first entered Italy as early as the 8th century during the rule of the Aghlabid dynasty, with Palermo becoming a significant Arab center in Sicily. Despite this long history, Islam lacks formal legal recognition in Italy, unlike Christianity and Judaism. While the Italian constitution guarantees religious freedom, Roman Catholicism holds a privileged position, and other faiths must secure an agreement known as intesa, a form of state recognition, to receive certain legal benefits. The Muslim community has been applying for this recognition since 2000 but has yet to achieve success. Without formal recognition, mosques can't receive public funding, Islamic marriages aren't legally binding, and Muslim workers can't officially take leave for religious holidays. Despite these hurdles, Italian Muslims continue to push for their faith to be acknowledged under Italian law. Recent efforts have aimed to bridge this gap. Italian authorities have proposed an agreement requiring all imams to be registered and to conduct sermons in Italian, promoting transparency and integration. In return, the government would formally recognize Islam, granting the community rights similar to other recognized religions. Sumaya Abdelkader, a prominent Muslim activist, praised these efforts, expressing hope that the agreement would finally offer the Muslim community a more equitable standing. Ihsan Elsir, an imam from Florence and president of UCOI, also welcomed the proposal. "We've complied with the requests for years," he noted, pointing out that many mosques already offer sermons in Italian and provide translators when necessary. "There's no reason for further delays." Historically, Italy was once a vibrant center of Islamic civilization, particularly in the south during the era of the Abbasid Caliphate. In 827 AD, Muslim forces landed in Sicily, establishing Islamic rule and leaving a profound impact on the region's architecture, culture, and society, traces of which can still be found today. Milan, the fashion capital of Italy, is a city rich in history, culture, and art. It attracts travelers from around the world, including many Muslim tourists. Known for its stunning architecture, world-class museums, and high-end shopping districts, Milan is a cosmopolitan and multicultural city that is generally welcoming to Muslims. The city offers several mosques, Islamic centers, halal restaurants, and shops, though visitors are encouraged to respect local customs and cultural differences. Milan is home to one of the largest Muslim communities in Italy. Amid the city's modernity and bustling lifestyle, there are neighborhoods that serve as hubs for Muslim life, allowing residents to practice their religion and preserve their traditions. The Muslim community in Milan is diverse, with members from Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Pakistan, Albania, and other countries, creating a rich blend of Islamic cultures and traditions. Several mosques and Islamic centers in Milan, such as the Seagrate Great Mosque and the Islamic Cultural Institute, act as centers for worship, education, and social activities. These institutions not only serve as places of prayer but also offer educational programs, social events, and community services. Halal businesses, including restaurants, grocery stores, and markets, are widespread, making it easier for the Muslim community to access products that comply with Islamic dietary laws. Islamic schools have been established to educate the younger generation, ensuring they maintain Islamic values and traditions. Regular Islamic studies classes and community events help deepen religious understanding among Muslims in Milan. Despite the community's growth, Muslims in Milan face challenges, including strict regulations on establishing places of worship, negative stereotypes, and challenges with social integration into Italian society. However, community solidarity and ongoing interfaith dialogue foster hope for a more harmonious coexistence. The Muslim neighborhoods in Milan exemplify how Islam is thriving within a major metropolitan city. The increasing number of Islamic facilities and community initiatives demonstrates the community's resilience and commitment to their faith. The growing number of converts to Islam in Milan reflects the city's openness and understanding of the faith. The largest mosque in Milan, the Islamic Cultural Center of Milan, also known as the Seagrate Mosque, was founded in 1988 by the local Muslim community. It can accommodate up to 3,500 worshippers and includes a large prayer hall, library, classrooms, and a cultural center. Its architecture reflects traditional Islamic design, with prominent domes and minarets. The mosque, located in the Seagrate district, is open to visitors of all faiths. Milan is generally considered a safe and accommodating city for Muslims. With around 150,000 Muslims, approximately 5% of the city's population, Milan offers a range of Islamic services and facilities. The presence of Islamic cultural centers and community organizations supports the growing Muslim population, making Milan a favorable place for Muslims to live and practice their faith. Muslims in Milan are spread throughout the city, particularly in multi-ethnic areas where vibrant communities have emerged. These neighborhoods provide a sense of belonging and cultural connection, helping Muslims feel at home in Italy's bustling fashion capital. There are many immigrants in Turin who, although Italian citizens, come from Muslim countries. Turin, a city in Italy, has a growing Muslim community. While there is no specific information about a village in Turin with many residents who have recently converted to Islam, the phenomenon of religious conversion in Italy reflects an increasing interest in Islam. Many Italians contact the Muslim community to learn more about the faith. History records that Edoardo Agnelli, the son of Gianni Agnelli, the owner of Juventus Football Club, converted to Islam, which attracted significant attention in Italy. While there is no specific data about a particular village in Turin with many converts, the general interest in Islam in Italy continues to grow, with more people seeking to study and embrace the religion. Turin has several mosques and Islamic centers that actively engage in dawah and support new converts. These places often serve as meeting points for individuals who wish to learn about Islam or seek guidance in their spiritual journey. Some converts in Italy mention their dissatisfaction with an overly materialistic lifestyle, and find comfort in Islamic teachings that emphasize a balance between worldly life and the afterlife. Turin has a significant Muslim population, with around 30,000 Muslims living in the city, representing approximately 12% of its total population. Most of them are immigrants from North Africa, such as Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt, who have settled and contributed to various sectors of city life. The Muslim community in Turin has access to multiple religious and educational facilities, with at least 8 Islamic centers serving as places of worship, education, and social activities. Efforts are also underway to include Islamic education in the public school curriculum, although this proposal is still under review. Despite the relative freedom to practice their faith, the Muslim community in Turin faces challenges, particularly regarding Islamophobia and difficulties obtaining permits, for building mosques. Some local politicians have used anti-immigrant sentiment to block the construction of new places of worship. However, the community remains resilient, working to integrate and positively contribute to Turin's society. Islamic holidays, such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, are celebrated enthusiastically by the Muslim community. Large congregational prayers are often held in open spaces or community centers to accommodate the many worshippers. Social and cultural events are also organized to strengthen community bonds and introduce Islamic culture to the wider public. During Ramadan, life in Turin reflects a strong sense of togetherness and spirituality within the Muslim community. Muslims in Turin, especially in multi-ethnic neighborhoods, live harmoniously alongside other communities, freely practicing their traditions. Muslim women wearing hijabs can move around public spaces without issue, reflecting the city's general tolerance. Turin has several active mosques and Islamic cultural centers, such as the Mosque Al-Ihsan, known for its religious activities. In total, there are at least 8 Islamic centers that meet the spiritual and social needs of the Muslim community. Similarly, Bologna has experienced significant growth in its Muslim community over the past few decades. Besides immigrants from Muslim-majority countries, there has been an increase in local residents converting to Islam. Bologna's Muslim community is supported by various Islamic organizations and cultural centers, such as the Comunità Islamica di Bologna, CIB, which organizes numerous religious and cultural activities. During Eid al-Fitr celebrations, for example, more than 6,000 people gather for communal prayers at Piazza Lucio Dalla. Islam began to spread in Bologna with the arrival of immigrants from countries like Morocco, Tunisia, Pakistan, and Bangladesh in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. These immigrants came in search of work and better opportunities in Italy. Over time, the Muslim community in Bologna has grown, establishing a strong social and cultural network. Several mosques and Islamic centers serve the religious and social needs of Muslims in the city. One of the most prominent mosques is the Al-Huda Mosque, which acts as the main place of worship and a center for religious education and social activities. Other mosques in Bologna also organize regular events, such as Friday prayers, Ramadan programs, and Eid celebrations. The Muslim community is also active in cultural and educational initiatives, with centers offering Arabic language classes and Islamic teachings to both children and adults. These programs help maintain cultural and religious identity and ensure the younger generation remains connected to their roots. While the Muslim community in Bologna is generally accepted, social integration challenges remain. Discrimination and stereotypes against Muslims occasionally surface in public discussions, leading to tensions between different groups. Nevertheless, many local Muslim organizations collaborate with the government and local communities to promote understanding, tolerance, and intercultural dialogue. Beyond religious practices, the Muslim community in Bologna is also involved in various social activities, including charity work, educational programs, and health services for both Muslims and non-Muslims. This highlights how the community contributes positively to the wider society. Economically, the Muslim community in Bologna plays a significant role. Many members run small and medium-sized businesses, such as restaurants, grocery stores, and other services, which support the local economy. These businesses not only cater to the Muslim community, offering halal cuisine and traditional products, but also serve the broader population, fostering cultural exchange and understanding that are typical of Muslim culture. In addition, many Muslims work in the construction, hospitality, and other service sectors, which have a positive impact on the city's economy. Their presence creates jobs and enriches the diversity of industries in Bologna. Not only that, but the Muslim community in Bologna is also involved in various environmental programs such as waste reduction campaigns, tree planting, and environmentally friendly energy management. This is another example of how Islamic teachings, emphasizing the balance of nature and social responsibility, are translated into concrete actions. Overall, these activities not only provide direct benefits to the community but also contribute to creating a more positive, compassionate, and caring image of Islam for the common good. In addition to the social activities already mentioned, the Muslim community in Bologna is also often involved in programs that support social and cultural integration, especially for newly arrived immigrants and Muslim families. They help immigrants by providing information about their rights, legal assistance, and cultural orientation, allowing them to adapt to life in Italy. This also includes learning Italian and receiving support in finding employment or accessing social services. Italy has a significant Muslim population, but the majority of the population is still Christian, mainly Catholic. Islam in Italy, as in many other European countries, is a minority religion, although the number of Muslims is increasing, mainly due to immigration from Muslim countries. In some large Italian cities such as Rome, Milan, and Bologna, the number of Muslims is growing, and Friday prayers can be attended by thousands of people, especially in large mosques that can accommodate many worshippers. This phenomenon shows how active and thriving the Muslim community is in Italy. In cities with large Muslim populations, such as Milan, places of worship can be very crowded on Fridays, with people from all walks of life coming to pray together. Some large mosques, such as the Grand Mosque of Rome, Grande Mosquea di Roma, which is one of the largest mosques in Europe, can accommodate thousands of worshippers. This mosque has a very large capacity, and during Friday prayers, it can be filled with thousands of people who come to listen to the sermon and pray. Other large mosques, such as the Milan Mosque, can also accommodate many worshippers every Friday. In addition, many Muslim communities not only perform Friday prayers but also hold community events such as lectures or social activities after the prayer to strengthen ties between community members and provide opportunities for people to learn and share. As the Muslim community in Italy continues to grow, mosques are also trying to provide better facilities to accommodate the increasing number of worshippers, as well as offering space for other activities that benefit the community. In addition to Friday prayers attended by thousands of people in several large cities, Muslim communities in Italy are also increasingly active in various other activities that strengthen bonds between each other, as well as between the Muslim community and the general public. Some of these activities are held both in mosques and in Muslim community centers, aiming to promote a better understanding of the religion and create more harmonious relationships with the surrounding community. Large mosques in Italy often hold weekly lectures after Friday prayers, where speakers provide teachings on Islamic principles, social values, and relevant contemporary issues. These are not only for Muslims but are often open to everyone, including non-Muslims who are interested in learning more about Islam. In addition to lectures, there are also religious classes for children and adults, which teach the basics of Islam, reading the Quran, and understanding the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Many mosques in Italy are active in charitable activities, including providing assistance to needy families, both from Muslim and non-Muslim communities. These charitable activities can include providing food, clothing, and financial assistance to the underprivileged. Some mosques also hold fundraisers to support various social projects, both at home and abroad. Muslim communities in Italy are also involved in interfaith dialogue with churches and other communities. This dialogue often aims to strengthen understanding and cooperation between different religions. In some places, mosques and churches work together on social projects, such as helping refugees or supporting environmental activities. Many Muslim communities in Italy also focus on helping immigrants and refugees. They provide information about their rights, assist with administrative processes, and offer emotional and social support. This is especially important given the large number of refugees and immigrants coming to Italy from countries such as Syria, Afghanistan, and several African nations. The future of Islam in Italy looks set to continue to grow, especially given the country's increasing Muslim population. This is due to several factors, including immigration from Muslim countries and a rising number of conversions to Islam. Italy has a sizable Muslim community, particularly in major cities such as Rome, Milan, and Turin. Italy is indeed a very interesting place to visit and also to live, especially for Muslims. Although there are several aspects to consider, the country is rich in history, art, and culture, which makes it a very popular tourist destination. In addition, Italy has beautiful scenery, delicious food, and a dynamic city life. Italy's natural beauty is truly extraordinary and is a major draw for tourists from all over the world. The country offers a variety of stunning natural landscapes, from mountains to beaches, as well as beautiful parks. Italy presents a range of natural beauty suitable for various types of outdoor activities, from mountain adventures to relaxing on the beach. Every corner of Italy offers something unique to enjoy, both for tourists who come to experience the natural beauty and for those who want to stay and enjoy the tranquility and harmony of nature. Halal food is becoming increasingly easy to find in Italy, especially in the big cities. Halal restaurants or those offering halal menus are becoming more common, providing comfort for Muslims who want to enjoy Italian cuisine without worrying about ingredients that do not comply with their religious teachings. With all the natural beauty and conveniences available to Muslims, Italy offers many positive aspects for those who want to enjoy a peaceful life full of opportunities for worship. The spread of Islam in Greece is a fascinating subject, reflecting significant social and religious dynamics. Although Islam is not the dominant religion in the country, the increasing number of people embracing it highlights a shifting landscape. Over the years, Greece, traditionally an Orthodox Christian nation, has seen a growing Muslim presence due to migration, cultural exchanges, and spiritual exploration. Many Greeks who convert to Islam do so for various reasons. Some individuals embark on a personal spiritual journey, searching for deeper meaning and fulfillment, and find Islamic teachings aligning with their beliefs. Others are influenced by interactions with the Muslim community, whether through friendships, social events, or professional environments, which provide insight into Islamic principles. Education also plays a crucial role, as some Greeks develop an interest in religious studies and, through formal or informal learning, connect deeply with the teachings of Islam. Reports indicate that thousands of Greeks have embraced Islam in recent years. This shift is often linked to immigration and cultural interactions, as Greece has become home to a more diverse population. The presence of Muslim communities from neighboring regions has contributed to an environment where religious exchange and understanding take place. Community programs, interfaith dialogues, and social initiatives have also played a role in spreading awareness about Islam. As a result, Muslim communities in major cities such as Athens and Thessaloniki have established mosques, cultural centers, and educational institutions to cater to their religious and social needs. The growing influence of Islam in Greece has sparked discussions on religious diversity, national identity, and cultural integration. While some view this change as a sign of social progress and inclusivity, others express concerns about its impact on traditional Greek culture. The government faces the challenge of ensuring peaceful coexistence while respecting the rights of all citizens. Efforts to promote interfaith dialogue and cross-cultural understanding have become increasingly important in maintaining social harmony. If Islam were to become a more prominent religion in Greece, it would bring notable social changes, including shifts in cultural norms, values, and public policies. Governments might need to adjust laws regarding religious education, places of worship, and civil rights to reflect a more diverse population. The integration of Muslim and non-Muslim communities would be essential to fostering mutual respect and understanding. The economic and educational sectors could also experience changes, as school curricula might incorporate broader religious perspectives, and businesses might adapt to new cultural preferences. The growing curiosity about Islam in Greece reflects a wider trend of embracing diversity and fostering an inclusive society. As individuals engage more with different belief systems, they gain a deeper appreciation for various religious traditions, contributing to a more tolerant and interconnected world. Personal relationships with Muslims, whether through friendships, marriages, or community involvement, often influence people's decision to explore Islam further. First-hand exposure to Islamic teachings and practices allows individuals to develop a better understanding of the faith. Additionally, the increasing presence of Muslim immigrants in Greece continues to introduce new cultural and religious influences, shaping the evolving social landscape of the country. The presence of Islam in Greece continues to shape social interactions and cultural awareness. As different communities engage with one another, interest in Islam has grown, reflecting broader societal changes linked to globalization, diversity, and evolving social dynamics. With this transformation, both challenges and opportunities arise, particularly in terms of integration and fostering mutual understanding among various religious and cultural groups. For Muslims in Greece, daily life involves adapting to societal norms while maintaining religious practices such as adhering to halal dietary guidelines and observing prayer schedules. The balance between preserving religious identity and participating in broader Greek society remains a crucial aspect of their experience. The influence of Islam becomes more visible during significant religious occasions such as Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, and Eid al-Adha, when large gatherings for worship and celebration take place. However, the limited number of mosques and prayer spaces in certain areas can lead to overcrowding, making it difficult for all worshippers to gather comfortably. Estimates regarding the Muslim population in Greece vary depending on different sources and data collection methods. Generally, it is believed that the number of Muslims in the country falls between 150,000 and 200,000. This community includes long-established groups, such as the Turkish Muslim population in the Western Thrace region, as well as more recent immigrants from countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and various Arab nations. The city of Xanthi is known for having a significant Muslim presence, with many of its residents belonging to the Turkish and Pamic ethnic groups. The historical connection between Greece and Islam dates back centuries. During the Ottoman era, Islamic influence was prominent in several Greek cities, including Thessaloniki and Xanthi. Although many historical sites linked to Islam have undergone transformations over time, remnants of that influence remain visible in certain cultural and architectural elements. The spread of Islam in Greece can be traced back to the 8th century when it was introduced through the Emirate of Crete. However, by the 9th century, the Byzantine Empire regained control of the region. Additionally, Islam was later introduced through Albanian migration, and over the 17th and 18th centuries, various Muslim communities became established in regions such as Crete, Epirus, and Western Macedonia. The status of Muslims in Greece is also closely tied to historical agreements, particularly the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923, which defined the rights and recognition of religious minorities. Today, Athens is home to several mosques, but a significant Muslim population can also be found in cities such as Kamatini and Xanthi. In a recent milestone, for the first time in modern Greek history, students in a parade in Xanthi wore traditional Muslim headscarves, something that was rarely seen in public events before. The Muslim population in Greece consists of diverse ethnic backgrounds, including Turks, Polacks, and Bulgarian-speaking communities, along with descendants of Greek converts to Islam during the Ottoman period. While historical narratives differ, some believe that many of these individuals adopted the Turkish language and identity over time. Exploring the presence of Islam in Greece offers insight into a deeply rooted yet evolving cultural and religious landscape. Beyond the well-known cities of Athens and Thessaloniki, the northern region of Xanthi stands out as a place where natural beauty and strong community ties make it a significant cultural hub. Located in western Thrace, alongside areas like Kamatini, Alexandroupoli, and Soufli, Xanthi has a population of approximately 65,000 people, with a notable Muslim presence. Many of the Muslim communities reside in mountain villages, often referred to as the White Villages, where traditional ways of life continue to thrive. The journey through these regions reveals not only stunning landscapes but also a deeper understanding of how Islam has remained an integral part of Greece's diverse cultural fabric. The landscape of Xanthi is dominated by rolling hills and mountains, with vast tobacco fields stretching along the roadside. This crop remains the primary source of livelihood for many locals. Compared to Athens, the presence of Islam in Xanthi is far more pronounced, and Muslim life is integrated into the daily rhythm of the city. The call to prayer can be heard openly, Muslim cemeteries are easily found, and Islamic customs are freely practiced by the community. One of the key villages in this region is known as Smith Village, one of about 30 settlements home to the Greek Muslim community. Any discussion of Islam in this area is incomplete without mentioning the Pomok people. This ethnic group has been part of Xanthi for centuries, much like their counterparts in neighboring Bulgaria. The Pomaks, a Slavic Muslim community, are spread across Greece, Turkey, Bulgaria, and Albania. While exact numbers are uncertain, it is estimated that around 35,000 Pomaks reside in the Xanthi region. Despite their deep historical roots, there is little written literature available about their origins, leading to multiple theories about their ancestry. One of the widely accepted narratives connects the Pomaks to the Ottoman Caliphate, which once ruled large parts of Europe. In Greece, the history of the Pomaks is closely tied to the Ottoman conquest, which saw many of them embrace Islam, a tradition that continues to this day. My curiosity about the Pomok community led me to meet a young couple, Jihad and Wayan, who warmly welcomed me into their home. Living far from the country's capital, they rarely encounter visitors, particularly in the secluded Rhodope mountain region. Arranging a meeting with Pomok women is often challenging, as they traditionally avoid interactions with strangers, especially men outside their family. The Pomaks have a distinct cultural identity, reflected in their traditional attire, vibrant woven fabrics adorned with intricate decorations. Pomok women, in particular, wear colorful headscarves with unique embroidery, a signature element of their heritage. Wayan, a native Pomok woman, proudly shared some of the handcrafted items she had made over the years. Spread before me were rolls of handwoven cloth, delicate wool yarn, and intricately designed decorations, treasured elements of Pomok culture. From a young age, Pomok girls are taught essential skills such as weaving, cooking, and managing household responsibilities. These traditions are deeply ingrained, preparing them for adulthood and preserving their cultural heritage. Wayan's dedication to her identity as both a Pomok and a Muslim woman was truly inspiring. She expressed deep contentment with her role, embracing the values of Islam as a guiding force in her daily life. For her, equality does not mean competing with men but rather embracing the dignity and responsibilities that come with being a woman. She believes that Islam has already provided a balanced framework for life, allowing her to maintain grace, strength, and nobility. Exploring Xanthi further reveals a unique blend of cultures, where Christianity and Islam coexist in harmony. The city's architecture reflects this diversity, with Western-style buildings standing alongside structures influenced by Eastern traditions. Towering mountains meet the serene blue sea, and modern elements blend seamlessly with historic charm, creating a rich cultural tapestry. The old town of Xanthi, reconstructed after the devastating 1829 earthquake, is now considered one of the largest traditional settlements in Greece. Located in the northern part of the city, it is home to approximately 1,200 heritage buildings of various architectural styles. Some structures follow the vernacular design, while others are urban residences crafted by skilled masons from Epirus and Macedonia. Many of these historic buildings once belonged to wealthy tobacco merchants, and were designed by European architects. A visit to Xanthi's central square, Democritus Square, showcases a remarkable Art Deco-style clock tower. The city also boasts notable landmarks such as the old garrison station, known for its grandeur and intricate murals. Built in the late 18th century, this historical building was once home to the internationally renowned composer Manos Hadjidakis, who spent his early years in this vibrant, multicultural city. The Kamsugo Museum of Folk Art and History, housed in a former residence of the Kayam Sug Tobacco Merchant Brothers, offers a glimpse into the cultural heritage of the region. Built in 1860, the building is a rare example of a duplex residence. Xanthi was once renowned for its tobacco cultivation, processing, and trade, as evidenced by the numerous impressive tobacco warehouse buildings from the late 19th and early 20th centuries, found on the southeastern side of the city. The most famous of these is the Pi Tobacco Warehouse, named after its resemblance to the Greek letter P. It once housed the tobacco trade under the Ottoman monopoly until 1912. Today, it serves as a municipal center for elderly protection and the Thayan Arts and Traditions Foundation. The journey from Xanthi city to a group of villages known as Pakia, named after the majority Pakoi ethnic group, will offer you awe-inspiring views of the natural landscape. In the village of Maiki, the site of a white mosque contrasts beautifully with the colorful traditional costumes worn by the local women. You can also visit Iquinos, Glafi, and Patni, where the friendly locals and the picturesque countryside will make your visit memorable. Jia, the administrative center of the Adira municipality, flourished due to the tobacco trade. In the 19th century, it served as the capital of the Xanthi region, and the surviving tobacco warehouses stand as a testament to its prosperous past. These structures now house the local Greek telecommunications office and the municipal cultural center. Abra is a charming small town with a welcoming community. You can explore the Pukaglu residence, a two-story stone house built in the mid-19th century, designed in the style of Macedonian fortresses. Other historical buildings from Abra's heyday, like the old primary school, now a folk art museum, the American House, and the renovated flour mill, offer a glimpse into the town's rich history. Stavropoli, the largest village in the Nestos region, is located 28 kilometers from Xanthi. The town still holds traces of the wealth generated by the tobacco trade, with impressive historic houses such as the old Tobacco Board building, which now houses the Folk Art Museum. You can also visit the Evangelistria Church and the Maratha Residence, a beautiful example of local stately homes, while enjoying stunning views of the river. Islam, often misunderstood and misrepresented, is frequently labeled as a fanatical religion that cannot coexist with others. The actions of a few extremists have led to negative perceptions of Islam and Muslims in many countries. In Greece, religion is dominated by the Church of Greece, part of the wider Greek Orthodox Church, which represents the majority of the population. Greek Orthodoxy is constitutionally recognized as the state religion, making Greece one of the few European countries with a state religion. Other recognized religions include Catholicism, Greek Neopaganism, Judaism, and Islam. Islam in Greece is predominantly practiced by the Turkish and Muslim population, with a significant Greek Muslim community. The number of Muslims in Greece is estimated at around 976,104, making up about 0.95% of the total population according to the 1991 census. Immigrant Muslims are estimated to number between 200,000 and 300,000. The Greek Orthodox Church, a member of the Eastern Orthodox Communion, holds the status of the state religion in Greece. It has been managed by the Church of Greece since 1950, and its members make up between 45% and 98% of the population. This church played a significant role in preserving Greek culture during the Ottoman Empire and in the Greek War of Independence, which continues to influence its position in Greek society today. The Greek Orthodox Church plays a major role in the country's religious landscape. It is recognized by the Greek constitution as the predominant religion, a status that has remained since the time of the Ottoman Empire, when the Church was key in preserving the Greek identity. Although the Greek Orthodox Church enjoys certain privileges, such as exemptions from taxes and government funding for clergy salaries, it also holds a strong cultural influence, shaping much of Greek national identity. All Greek students receive an Orthodox Christian education, though parents can request exemptions for their children if they don't wish to participate. Catholicism in Greece has roots from the Venetian colonial period, particularly on the Greek islands, and today has a sizable community, with Greek Catholics numbering around 50,000. Over the years, the population has grown, partly due to immigration, and now exceeds 200,000 people. The Byzantine Rite Catholics, numbering around 5,000, are mainly located in Athens. Protestantism in Greece is less common but has seen growth, with the Greek Evangelical Church and other Pentecostal groups having around 30,000 followers. While the Eastern Orthodox Church initially resisted the establishment of Pentecostal churches, legal recognition has become easier over time, with several Pentecostal denominations now operating in Greece. Greek polytheism, though small, has a group of around 13,000 people seeking to restore ancient Greek religious practices. Similarly, the Jewish community in Greece, consisting mainly of the Romano Jews and Sephardic Jews, continues to thrive, particularly in Athens and Thessaloniki, with a population of about 7,500. Smaller religious groups, such as Buddhists and Jehovah's Witnesses, are present in Greece, with the country being home to various religious centers in cities like Athens, Thessaloniki, and Corinth. While Greece is predominantly Christian, it also welcomes a diversity of faiths. When thinking about Greece, many envision ancient history, philosophy, and iconic landmarks, but the country is much more than its clichés. Despite its deep roots in history, Greece is evolving, offering diverse experiences for its visitors. For Muslims planning to visit, Greece is known for its friendly and welcoming people, making it a Muslim-friendly destination despite any cultural differences. The Greek Orthodox Church is a central element of Greece's religious and cultural identity. Recognized as the official religion by the Greek constitution, this status has persisted since the Ottoman period, when the Church played a vital role in safeguarding Greek culture. Beyond its constitutional recognition, the Church enjoys various privileges, including tax exemptions and government-funded salaries for its clergy. The influence of the Orthodox Church is deeply ingrained in the national culture, and it significantly impacts Greek identity. All students in Greece are taught Orthodox Christianity, though there is an option for parents to exempt their children if they choose not to participate. Catholicism in Greece has its origins in the Venetian colonial era, especially on the Greek islands. Today, the Catholic community numbers around 50,000, though its size has grown significantly due to immigration, now surpassing 200,000. The Greek Catholic population, primarily following the Byzantine Rite, includes around 5,000 individuals, most of whom reside in Athens. While Protestantism is less common, it has grown over time, particularly through groups such as the Greek Evangelical Church and Pentecostal denominations, which together have about 30,000 adherents. Despite initial resistance from the Eastern Orthodox Church, Pentecostal churches have gained legal recognition in recent years, allowing them to operate freely in Greece. Greek polytheism, though a minority belief, has about 13,000 followers aiming to revive ancient Greek religious practices. Additionally, the Jewish community in Greece, which consists mainly of Romano and Sephardic Jews, continues to thrive, particularly in Athens and Thessaloniki, with a population of roughly 7,500. Other smaller religious groups, including Buddhists and Jehovah's Witnesses, are also present, with religious centers scattered across cities like Athens, Thessaloniki, and Corinth. Though Greece is largely Christian, it embraces a range of spiritual traditions. When most people think of Greece, images of ancient ruins, philosophy, and the color blue come to mind. But Greece is much more than that. Steeped in history, yet constantly evolving, Greece offers a wide array of experiences. For Muslim travelers, Greece is recognized as being Muslim-friendly, thanks to the warm and welcoming nature of the Greek people, despite any cultural differences. Greece is a country where hospitality is deeply rooted in the culture, especially in the tourism industry. Visitors can expect to be treated with kindness and respect wherever they go. With a wide range of budget-friendly airlines and travel options available from Europe and beyond, there has never been a better time to visit Greece. For those looking to experience the country at its finest, there are numerous must-visit destinations. A trip to Greece should ideally begin in Athens, the nation's capital. As one of the world's most historic cities, Athens has long been a major attraction for travelers. Although the recent economic crisis has impacted local life, the city remains a vibrant cultural hub. Known as the birthplace of democracy, Athens has also played a significant role in the development of philosophy and theater. Its rich history, spanning over 3,000 years, continues to shape modern civilization. Walking through its ancient streets, one can truly appreciate its influence on global history. For those seeking a unique travel experience, a visit to Meteora is highly recommended. While it may not be the first destination that comes to mind for Muslim travelers, it offers breathtaking views and a sense of wonder. Towering rock formations and historic monasteries create a truly unforgettable backdrop. Visitors from all walks of life are drawn to this awe-inspiring location, making it an experience that goes beyond just sightseeing. Regarding the Muslim community in Greece, challenges persist despite efforts to establish places of worship. In Thessaloniki, the second-largest city in Greece, the Muslim Educational and Cultural Foundation has faced bureaucratic obstacles in obtaining permission for an official mosque. After years of legal processes and delays, their application was rejected due to technical reasons, leaving many without a dedicated place for communal prayer. Historically, Greece was under Ottoman rule until 1829, and during that period, mosques and Islamic architecture were common throughout the country. However, following Greek independence, most of these structures were either repurposed or destroyed. For a long time, Athens was the only European capital without an official mosque, despite having a large Muslim population. After years of advocacy, a mosque finally opened in Athens in 2020, marking a significant milestone for the Muslim community. Currently, the only officially recognized mosque in Greece is located near the Turkish border, serving a Muslim minority of approximately 150,000 people. However, disputes over religious rights remain, particularly regarding the appointment of muftis, who traditionally handle religious and legal matters within the Muslim community. International agreements, such as the 1923 Treaty of Lausanne, originally granted Muslim communities the right to elect their own muftis, but in 1991, Greece began appointing them instead. This change has led to disagreements between the Greek government and the Muslim population, as well as criticism from international organizations. Despite these challenges, Greece continues to attract travelers from around the world. Its rich history, stunning landscapes, and welcoming atmosphere make it an unforgettable destination for anyone looking to explore a country with deep cultural and historical roots.